Hello, and welcome to Marketplace with Charles, brought to you by Art of Skincare. Art of Skincare, the company that brings out the beauty in you. Thanks to our new sponsor, Kuwisa Lodge, situated in the heart of Mabalingwe Nature Reserve in Bilabila, our great northern Limpopo province. I am Charles Ngobeni. On Marketplace, we aim to empower, encourage, and equip you with the right tools that you need to move closer to you achieving your entrepreneurial dreams. Each week will bring you insights from experts in different fields of business, from men and women of faith, but also from ordinary people from all walks of life. Again, in this episode, we meet a dynamite. They say dynamite comes in small packages. A great woman, a wonder, if I were to put it that way, a well-rounded medical practitioner. She worked her way up from being a general practitioner to a specialist in the subfield of gynecology. As if that was not enough, she continues to super specialize in the field. She is a specialist, a wife, a mother, but most importantly, a minister of the gospel. She is also currently studying and specializing on what we call reproductive medicine. Well, last week we discussed with my lovely guest, Dr. Q's. We discussed a profession-based business that showed us how we can make the best of our profession and make a difference in people's lives. Over and above that, I love the angle of how this business opened doors for my guest to establish an outreach wing where she helped communities in need. My guest today will help us see how one can take advantage of their business to reach out the lost and making difference in people's lives by using her profession. Dr. Qinisile Diale.
Yes, sir.
Once more, welcome to Marketplace with Charles.
Thank you, Charles, and greetings to all our viewers.
You know, I'm really enjoying you.
Thank you for having me again.
We had a great episode last week.
Yes, thank you for hosting me.
And but tell us briefly who Dr. Qinisile is.
Yes, Dr. Qinisile Diale is commonly known as Dr. Q. She is an obstetrician and gynecologist based in Pretoria in Centurion, Unitas Hospital. She is also a mother, a wife, and what I would maybe refer myself to as an anthropologist.
Should I call you Dr. Q?
You're welcome to call me Dr. Q.
We had a great discussion last week. You developed your profession and made it a business. And that opened doors to do outreach to the lost. How did that happen?
So what happened is, as a practicing specialist, I work in the private sector. I'm based mostly in the private sector. I see patients with medical aid, people who can afford.
Yes.
So they come to my practice, and from them also being involved in their own communities, there is a need for knowledge out there and seeing what the different diseases are or how they are actually affecting our community out there. That's where then I am approached by different entities to actually go out there and give of my expertise or give of my knowledge and share to be more on a preventative side than on the curative side. So that's where I go out to communities and do health education, be it from young girls at speaking about teenage pregnancies and the effects thereof and all those things, to elderly women talking about prevention of cervical cancer and assessments of breast cancer and all their other health needs. So that's mostly where I go out for outreaches. And then I also do have my own at the side organization, which I call a movement for girls. It's called God's Good Girl, I Am Gold. There we do also women empowerment. We've started in the township of Tembisa, where we speak to young girls and guide them towards their future and attending or addressing their needs in the township and giving them hope and playing role model in the communities.
Oh, great. You see, in most of the rural areas of South Africa,
Yes.
I love what the government has done
Yes.
with the grant system that they've introduced.
Yes.
But I also believe that some of these grants, they kill our dreams. They destroy our creativity. They make us independent to the government for life. Maybe it's simple because when we're dependent on the government, they are also guaranteed of our votes. I'm not too sure, but I think like that.
Double-edged sword.
As a result, you have got a lot of young kids falling pregnant.
Yes.
Simply because when they fall pregnant, they get government grant. How can you encourage them to do that or discourage them if you have to?
Yes. So, in our talks, we make them aware of what lies also behind the scenes. I often give examples of where, even as a training specialist, one will be called into the casualty center of the hospital where young girls are bleeding themselves out from miscarriages, or they fall pregnant, they miscarry, or they try to abort, and all those things. So I don't know if maybe I'll be using what I call scare tactics to actually scare them against the pregnancy.
Yes.
But also, and then looking at the other spectrum of things where we try to prevent, we talk to them about sex and STIs and all those things, and possibility and the options of contraception or not, and abstinence or not, And then on the other spectrum, we attend to those who've already fallen and have gone through the experience. They already have a child, to say, look, you do not only have to rely on the grant. There's a better there are better opportunities out there for you. You can reach higher than where you already are. You can still have a future, even as you have gone through such an experience. So we have, even in my team, we have even a young lady who's gone through that as well, who in her past, she had the experience of teenage pregnancy. But we say, look, dust yourself. Don't watch the grant only. The pie is bigger than what it seems.
Dr. Q,
Yes.
a mother, a wife, a specialist, minister of the gospel. You have got your hands full. What drives this passion? And under what umbrella do you operate?
Okay. So it's different umbrellas. The first one is Dr. Q Incorporate, where it's my private practice, the company itself, and I offer the professional service as a gynecologist and obstetrician, doing deliveries and attending to other gynecological issues. And then also as a student, I'm working under Steve Biko Academic Hospital, and my practice now then falls as a part-time practice. So I work under Steve Biko Academic Hospital, which is a government hospital, and there full-time as a student for the next 2 years. And then as a community social responsibility, I operate under the umbrella God's Good Girl, I Am Gold, which is also an NPC. It's registered in the CIPC as well. So I work in that organization, and that's where we do the community outreaches and have big intentions and big goals for young girls, from sanitary pads to scholarships, and all the S's in between, which is study tools, etc., etc.
Looking at your NPO,
Yes.
God's good girl.
Yes.
I am gold.
You are gold.
And I can see you are gold
I'm
from head
representing
to your toe.
Princess. I'm representing.
You know, what you're doing under that umbrella
Yes.
is massive.
Yes.
And I suppose it must be costly.
Yes, it is.
And if there's someone out there who share the same sentiments, who share the same passion as you have, who wants to collaborate with you. Because sometimes if you are in your little corner, you do something small, another one in his little corner doing something small, we really can't impact the world. But if we come together, we can do so much for the kingdom of God.
Yes.
If someone needs to assist you, do you allow them to do that? And if so, how?
Yes, they are more than welcome. So far, we've been really funding the projects from our own pockets, and allowing sponsorship it makes a big difference.
We'll be back again with Dr. Q after the break.
Join Marketplace with Charles' 11-day tour of the Holy Land. Take the route Israel traveled from Egypt to the Promised Land. Cross over the Red Sea and float on the Dead Sea, the lowest point on earth with healing properties. Experience the vibe of Jericho and cruise on the Sea of Galilee to Capernaum, the hometown of Jesus. Visit the pools of Bethesda, Nazareth, Bethlehem, and many more. Walk where Jesus walked and see the Bible come alive. Return via Egyptian pyramids of Giza and explore the rich history of the mother of civilization. If beautiful memories and an enriched spirit is what you're looking for, then join us in taking Jesus to the marketplace through Israel and Egypt. For more information, call +27 11 804 7550 or email israel@artofskincare.co.za.
Welcome back to Marketplace with Charles. I am still sitting here with my lovely guest, Dr. Q. Dr. Q, how do you exploit your profession and business to help you reach out the lost?
Well, my profession is actually a response also to the need that is out there. So as the Holy Book will say, my people die because of lack of knowledge.
Lack of knowledge, yes.
So that is my business. And I have gone through accumulating the knowledge. I have gone to school, if maybe I can quickly share, I lost my mom at the age of 19, and I was doing second year in medical school. And she's basically the person I had lived for. I wanted to impress. You know how you want to impress your mom with everything that you are and that you do. And even going to school and studying medicine, it was basically to please her. And then when she passed away in my second year, all was lost for me. I felt, why continue to study anymore? And I think it was maybe just that limited dream of a 19-year-old. But something within me then said, you know what? Now you are going to go to school, gain the knowledge, and you are going to be studying for the people out there. You are now going to have a bigger vision. Then you're no longer just doing it for your mom. Now you're doing it for the community of South Africa, be it the world, if it be. So then that's what has actually driven me again. And I found myself revived and to say, you know what, you are doing this for the people because not everybody can go to school and everybody needs knowledge about their bodies and everybody needs service. So then gaining the qualification, being knowledgeable in the field or an expert in the field, I'm now able to use the knowledge to take it back to the community, be in the form of business for those who can afford, or be it in a form of social responsibility for those who cannot. So Go out there, give them free consultations, tell the young girls about their bodily changes, things that I also grew up wondering, what is this menstruation thing? What is it for? So now I'm able to go out there, give such information to young girls, tell them about avoiding a pregnancy at a young age. Telling elderly women, look, do not leave it for last minute. Do not leave it until you are bleeding or you don't understand what's going on in your body or there's a big mess. Get it checked out. How do you go about doing self-breast examinations and such things? So now as again the Holy Book will say, your gift will open doors for you.
Yes.
So this now, my profession has become the gift that is able to take me to places and say, look, this is what I have to offer, and are you willing to receive?
The Bible encourages us or instructs us to preach the gospel.
Yes.
And I suppose the gospel to the poor is that you don't have to be poor anymore.
Yes.
Because the gospel simply means good news.
It's good news.
The gospel to the sick is that you don't have to be sick anymore.
Yes.
Would you say, or do you find it much more easier when you preach Christ to people?
Yes.
Do you find it much more easier when you also meet their expectations before you give them Christ
Exactly.
in their heart?
Yes. You know, people receive one better if they understand that this person is speaking with knowledge and this person is speaking with expertise and authority. So you find that it's not to say Christ is only for the poor or Christ is only for the educated.
Yes.
You can be educated and have Christ. You can be poor, find Christ, and work your way out of poverty. And that's where most of us come from. So yes, the profession does make it much more favorable for people to receive. Then they give you an ear, knowing that it's not just any plain Jane that's standing before them. It's somebody who knows what they're talking about. It is Dr. Q with the profession of 1, 2, 3. So yes, the profession does actually assist in introducing Christ into the lives of people.
But tell me now, how did you come to form this organization, God's Girl, I'm Gold?
Yes. So this came from years ago. You know, they say whatever troubles you or whatever problems that you see out there,
Yes.
you are actually the solution for it. So I've always been troubled by young girls who've lost hope. I also come from a gloom township. I come from KwaMashu in Durban. And if you know the song, Ngeke ngiye KwaMashu, Saba Mavolovolo, you know, Amavolovolo is guns. We're scared of guns, you know. You'll be studying at night and you will hear guns blowing either. And you could even tell at that stage, oh, that one is hitting the flesh. Oh, that one is just in the air, you know. So from such backgrounds, one has also now come up and against all odds and against the poverty of having both parents unemployed, one has been able to come out of, through God's grace really, to come out of that situation and make a life and make a profession for oneself. And now this is actually to say, yes, girls, you can do it. Boys, you can do it. Men, young or old, you can do it. So from that passion and seeing what is still continuing to happen out there, I then found it within myself to say, look, let one go back. Let one not have more of this. You know, we say the youth is getting worse and worse. Now it's not just guns, but we've got drugs that are affecting, we've got HIV, AIDS that are affecting the youth. We've got hopelessness that is just affecting the youth. Sense of entitlement that is affecting the youth. So all these social ills became a burden in my life. And I said, from my little corner, let me light this candle, let me touch those that I can touch. And it started from there, and I was able to find wonderful women who share the same passion as me, who share the same vision as me. And we teamed up. I've got a team of wonderful ladies. My partner is Rubina Alexander, and she partnered with me. And because of my busy schedule, I always had an excuse. Oh, I can't do it. Oh, I can't start now. Oh, I can't do this. Oh, but the time that she, as driven as she is, we sat together and we said, let's put this on the roll. And that's how God's Good Girl, I Am Gold, was given birth to by the two of us. And now we've got a team of wonderful young ladies who are able to drive the vision as well. I'm not a social media person, so they are young. They are able to go to Facebook and do this and post that. So whatever my weaknesses are, it's actually their strength, and they're able to support each other. Whatever my strengths are, then I come forth as well.
Oh, great. Tell me, before God's Good Girl was formed, were there any other similar opportunities to minister to people that your profession opened doors to?
Yes, there's been multiple opportunities where even companies that are also doing their own outreach to the community, following their CSI, as a body, we cannot do it all. So be it a financial company, they'll be addressing the financial needs, but there's also the health aspects. So then they need professionals like myself to come forth and assist in health education and guiding of women. So it's mostly been that on giving talks on whatever topic that they choose, or then I'll be addressing issues on women's health, like fibroids, be it endometriosis, pelvic pain, or cancers, and so on and so forth, even including mental health as well, which is also seriously affecting our community.
We spoke a lot about girls. We haven't touched the mothers. Is your ministry limited to the young girls only?
No. We actually have just recently launched the movement, and for our core focus or our entry point is actually at the level of girls. And I'll say why that we currently just focusing on girls. And it's been strongly laid in my heart that most of the social ills and the issues that we deal with in the lives of women are mostly at root age, and all the damage has been done at a younger age. So we're focusing at that level. In Zulu, they say igojwa lisemans. So we're starting at that level for now, but then gradually, these women will also need men to marry if they are interested in marrying. So we also intending on branching and attending to the men as well, which would be God's good gents, and also elder women as well. So it's a whole umbrella of addressing the community.
So currently, as I'm speaking to you now,
Yes.
you will say people like myself, men, are sidelined.
For now.
For now.
Yes. And should we get more sponsorship and the movement or the organization actually grows, we'll be attending to men, because there's a need in every aspect.
But are you aware that men are dying out there as well?
Yes, they are. Yes.
Prostate cancer.
Yes.
You don't even feel the pain. You know.
Until you can't pass the pee.
Oh, until all the main switches are down. You realize you go into the bedroom, nothing happens.
Yes.
You go and check up, you find that you've got a prostate cancer and it's too late.
Yes.
And that is the one killer in men.
Yes. Which is why health education is quite vital. And most women and men find it quite daunting to go for examinations. So we bring the education to them.
Do you have an idea about prostate cancer that you can share with our men? what is prostate cancer and how often can they do the tests and from what age?
Okay, so also with the men, prostate cancer is a cancer of the gland called the prostate. And what it does is it starts enlarging abnormally, and then it starts compressing on what we call the urethra, which is the urine pipe or the wee pipe or the pee pipe. So it starts compressing on that, and then as it starts growing uncontrollably, it can also end up what we call metastasizing, which is spreading to other parts of the body, be it through blood or lymph nodes. Then it can affect their spine and the rest of the body parts. So with men, it calls for them to go for an uncomfortable test, which firstly is done by the doctor. It's a rectal exam where they put their finger anally and try to feel in the front if the gland itself is enlarged. So that is what men find most discomfort in. There's also a blood test called PSA, and that serves as a marker to hint to us as medical practitioners as to whether it's raised or not, and what risk are men suffering from. So also men, I would recommend around the age of 40 as well, should also make sure that they get their prostate assessed as well.
Every year?
At least every year.
So are you saying now I should have gone there about 13 times?
You've just given away your age.
No, not only the age, the discomfort.
And the discomfort, that it's just once a year, so it wouldn't be that bad. And it takes just a minute. So you can imagine 1 minute in how many minutes in a year? Saving a life.
I'll try it.
Yes, sir.
But I don't promise, but I'll try it.
Sir, I recommend you do doctor's prescription.
Well, Dr. Q, if someone wants to get hold of Dr. Q,
Yes.
do you have the contact details?
Yes, our email address is info@drq.co.za. The word doctor written in full, doctorq.co.za. And the telephone line is 012 644 0299. 012 644 0299.
Well, viewers out there you have it. You can turn your profession to help the community. You can turn your profession into business. Dr. Q, a medical practitioner, went on to specialize in gynecology. She started her own practice, and she's making money for the kingdom of God. I am Charles Ngobeni, signing off on Marketplace with Charles. You can get hold of me on charlesngobeni.com, or you can go into my Facebook fan page, Charles Ngobeni, or Instagram, Charles_Ngobeni. If you want to, I'm also on Twitter. My Twitter handle is @ArtOfSkincare. Well, God bless you. See you next time, same channel.